Aaron, kind of talk about this is on. Do you feel like you could come in at any time and ask to pitch 7, 8 innings even? Are you always ready, I guess is the question.
Yeah, I think the way the bullpen's been this year, you're just always ready. Me and Connolly especially have really versatile roles, from long relief, middle, closing sometimes. So, I mean, we're always ready. We're not expecting to pitch 7 or 8 or 9, but, you never know. It's the postseason, and you'll do whatever it takes to get it done.
So are you keeping an open mindset with what's going to go on as far as your role?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, with Wally was battling some injuries last week. So depending upon how, he's recovering really well from what I understand. But you never know how, something like that can take a turn, and we're just keeping an open mind. So always staying ready at the bullpen.
Daniel, I mean, obviously, a couple years ago, you guys had that really emotional, hard-fought series with South Carolina down at the beach. What do you remember about it, and is that any kind of motivation to be here this week? Just the chance to see them again. You haven't gotten a chance to see them since then. I mean, is that any kind of motivation this week?
A few years ago, 2010, we had a great series with them down in Myrtle Beach, and look to continue that this weekend. But right now, our focus is on Clemson, and if we happen to play South Carolina, that would be great.
For either of you, does it make you angry because everyone's talking about Carolina and Clemson and maybe overlooking you?
I would say we kind of expect it from time to time, being a mid-major school, but I wouldn't say that we're focused at all on what other people are focused on. We're focused on going out there, playing the same game we've always played, and doing our best to compete. And I don't think it affects us whether or not what people expect out of us.
For eight players, just I know you guys beat Clemson with BT this year. How much can you take from that game, dangerous, and just a different level of intensity when you go in there on Friday?
I think it's a little different. I think the slate's clean now. That was regular season, this postseason, so it's obviously a little different feel to it. But I think one thing we can't take from that game is confidence, and we've been playing well recently, so I think we have confidence, and we're looking forward to Friday's game.
Coach Gilmore, a couple of years ago, obviously, you played host to South Carolina. South Carolina's got the regional this year. Is the pressure in that situation on the home team in that situation?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure there was, I don't remember feeling any pressure 2 years ago. I mean, I'm sure, Ray's won 2 national championships. I can't imagine why he would feel pressure at this point in time in life. At this point in time, to put pressure on yourself, to me, is ridiculous. I mean, there are no expectations, probably in this room outside of these 3 guys and myself, of what we hope to be able to do. I mean, it's not that type of situation where the expectations at our university or in our community or in our followers expect us, to be in Omaha every year, so to speak. We do, but I think that part for us now, it's fun to play now. Just relax and have a good time and get out and compete and play against the best teams in the country. We have 3 others besides ourselves here, this weekend that are going to challenge us.
Gary, what kind of expectations do you have from your starting pitchers this weekend?
All I care about is that we're going to try to win pitch 1 tomorrow, and we'll worry about pitch 2 after that one. And I feel that way about everything that we do at this point in time. It's you can have the. Look at us 2 years ago. We have 2 of the best starters in the entire country in Wheeler and Mayo. We go in a super regional. Mayo never even steps on the field. So that it's where we are. You know, we got to just take it one pitch at a time. We are where we are starting pitching because of the injuries and things. We don't have the dominant guys that we've had in the past at this moment in time on the pitcher's mound. But we have one of the best bullpens in the country, and if I got to go to them in the first inning, I won't be happy, but I'll do it. You know, and we'll do whatever we have to do to try to compete and give ourselves a chance to win. That's what this team's done all year. I mean, you know, they've been counted out numerous times, and they keep coming back and finding ways to win. And it's probably more of a team effort out of this group than any team I've coached in a long time, because every single piece has to contribute. You know, we've had teams like 2 years ago, we had individuals at times that could completely take over the game, and you know, either on the mound or somewhere, and dominate the game. And not that we can't a little bit now, but it's way harder right now for us, especially pitching wise. It is about 1 through 9 or 10 on that pitcher's mound, and just every guy buying into the role, being willing to help out. You know, if you need me in the first, I'm here. If you need me in the ninth, I'm here. You know, I have no ego. I check it at the door, and they just come out and figure out ways to win ball games.
Coach, what is your pitching rotation for this weekend?
We're going to start Austin Wallace tomorrow. If I don't have to use him tomorrow for whatever reason, Tyler Herb will start on Saturday. Outside of that, we'll you know, every man on board.
Coach, what does it say about your program that you're in here with two of the best programs in the country, but there are a lot of people that are saying, well, you know, don't sleep on Coastal Carolina, they're a pretty good team. I mean, that's got to say a lot about a mid-major program that you get that kind of respect.
Well, I hope so. After as many years as we've been banging on that door, I hope we're not somebody that, you know, anybody would overlook. I've been in this tournament enough times, and never gone to the places that, you know, and done the things that Ray and Jack have done. You know, it's a dream of ours to try to get to Omaha. You know, but one thing I have found out that there's not a weak team anywhere in the country on day one. Every one of these teams has a #1 starter that you don't want to face. I can promise you that right now. I mean, you know, look at the guy that South Carolina has to face. It's going to be you know, if they throw the Suet kid, I mean, what's he got, like 37 straight innings with no runs? I mean, you know, I wouldn't like to face that guy. You know, I don't want to see that cat. So, you know, it's you know, one of those things where you know, you just get here and hope to find ways to compete and stay alive every day. And you know, if people respect us, I appreciate it. I mean, these guys over the years have earned that right.
Gary, when Ray was in here a little earlier, you touched on the fact that, you know, they've gotten out of regionals, you guys have gotten out of regionals, Clemson's gotten out of regionals, and yet they grouped you all here together at the same one. Were you a little disappointed when the brackets came out? Did you guys think you would, you know, would you rather gone someplace where maybe you weren't as familiar with some of these teams or programs?
Well, I think one of the things that, you know, especially we use in our recruiting is that I feel like we're in the best state in the country in college baseball. And, you know, to basically outside of, you know, shipping College of Charleston out, you're basically, in my mind, making this into a state championship and eliminating multiple opportunities to get people to a College World Series. And, you know, that's the only disappointment I had. I mean, coming to this wonderful venue and playing these great teams, this is an awesome opportunity for us. You know, would it be nice to see 4 South Carolina teams be in 4 different places and have 4 opportunities to go to Omaha? Absolutely, there's no doubt. I mean, you know, again, I'm not on the committee, I'm not part of it, so, you know, obviously I only know what I see on the paper when the bracket comes out. It just, to me, in a perfect world, I would think that, you know, the teams that are, you know, they have 3 very good North Carolina teams at Chapel Hill, you know, and they play each other multiple times during the year. Why do they have to play again? Is it not set up where they should play an intersectional game and see if their skills are better against someone from a different part of the country and give themselves an opportunity to go to Omaha? I mean, you know, that's what they do in basketball. You know, why would we not do it here is the only frustration I have. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're all sitting here. This is what we have, so we make the best of it.
Gary, how much can you take away from the Clemson win earlier in the year? Is there anything that you can lean on from that game?
I think kind of what Daniel said, just, I mean, for them, just confidence, familiarity. I mean, at least, we've seen their lineup. We know how they react in a lot of things, and, we probably have a decent chance to see some of the arms that we saw when we played in midweek. So, it's not like we're completely unfamiliar with who they are. And they're a great team, great athletes, some very good arms on the mound. So, we'll have our work cut out for us. And for Coastal, for us to, in this state, to ever shed that mid-major type title that everybody wants to throw on us or whatever, we have to, at some point in time, get to a regional and a super regional. And if we're playing South Carolina, Clemson, we eventually somewhere have to, break through, basically. And every time we get an opportunity like this is a great opportunity for us.
Gary, obviously 2 years ago, you have that very intense, emotional, entertaining series with South Carolina down there. Is any of that motivation this week because you hadn't gotten a chance at them, or are there too many new faces on your club that it really doesn't play into things?
For me personally, it doesn't play into anything. I mean, there's way more new faces and this and that, and and really, it's not like there's a animosity. It's a challenge. They're the best. They're the best of the best, and heck, that to me that's all it is. You get geared up if you can win game one to coach and play against the two-time national champions. Absolutely, there's no doubt. I think that goes without saying to anybody in the country. But we got the funny thing for me personally out of 2 years ago is man for man, I think we were about as even the teams as we could possibly be. And the fact that they made a great play. They made a great move in the 8th inning in game one and brought Price in, and he was just a hair better than us. And then in game two, in all honesty, we probably had the game one, and Walker hits that 3-run home run and takes a loss and turns it into a win. They made 2 heroic type performances from great players, and that was the difference. But there's nothing between us other than would it be nice to be able to beat those guys? Absolutely. We right now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't even looked at South Carolina. So I haven't even glanced at it. It does us no good. if we can't win game one, we got no shot of seeing them more than likely. Depending on what happens on Friday, at least till Saturday, and more than likely till Sunday.
And I have questions for Coach Gilmore of the student athletes.